Welcome. You're going to see right off the bat that we are not together, which is always a little sad, but Kelley's not feeling well and I'm dealing with a family matter out of state. So we are still here trying to bring you some good content to help you navigate your return to work journey. And today we want to start by talking about a particular strategy that we use when you're asked a difficult question in an interview. Right, Kel?
Yeah. Yeah, I think sometimes when you can hear how a question is answered not so great and how to make it really good, like have it have that transformation, sort of like a before and after, right? That can be really helpful. We find that really helpful with the students that we work with. And so we're going to do that with all of you here today.
And it actually works with the way we format it, because this is the way a typical interview would be. You'd be on a Zoom screen looking at the other person. Yeah. So we're setting it up that this is a mom with young children. She's in a first interview. So with a recruiter who's not terribly knowledgeable about the role, perhaps someone who's not a parent, his or herself. So maybe a little bit of insecurity going in, because we all feel that way if we're older and have kids and we're going and talking to someone who's young and is fully available to work 24/7. The other thing playing out here is that this person who's interviewing is feeling a little bit maybe self-conscious of the fact that she's got a career gap. She's done some unconventional work during her volunteer years. So we're going to play it out the way most of you would answer this question. And this is not a terribly fair question, but we know it happens a lot. It's basically when the interviewers, it could be innocently just trying to figure out if you're really going to be available, or it could be maybe not so innocent where they're trying to trap you. And either way, what we want you to do is pay attention to how the normal answer would be. And then Kelley will help you unpack that second answer, the second time we do it, and the strategy that we're using. So I'll be the candidate.
Yes, you're the candidate. I'm the interviewer. Okay. And this is the before.
Okay.
So hi, Susan. It is so wonderful to have you here today. I actually was looking at your resume and I see that you are a volunteer for the Mother of Multiples organization. You know, my sister-in-law has multiples and I got to tell you, her schedule is packed. I mean, you just must be exhausted and overwhelmed with multiples. God bless you.
It's a lot. And they were my first. And how many does your sister-in-law have?
She has 3, actually.
Yeah. Okay, so I have triplets too. Yeah, it is a lot. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it's a lot easier now because they're sleeping through the night and, you know, and they're not teenagers yet, so I'm not dealing with kids driving home drunk, but yeah, it's a lot. And, you know, I would love to talk when we're done with the interview, get some information about your sister-in-law, because maybe we could connect. I'm always looking to connect with other mothers of triplets because there aren't too many of us out there.
Okay. So, and scene. So
friendly interview. It was a friendly answer.
Yeah. And it sounds like we could have a really, you know, connection, right? And so that is the before. Okay, let's try that again. And this is the after. We're going to empower and make your answer be something that is far more to your benefit. I
think the key is that last answer was friendly. I was nice. I was engaged. I think I presented as fairly confident, but it didn't advance my candidacy.
No.
I allowed it just to pull me into mother of triplets land.
Yeah. And you might have a connection with this woman's sister.
Right. Who's not going to give me a job.
Okay. So let's do the after. Let's set that up. Let's try that again. All right. So hi, Susan. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here today. You know, it's funny. I was looking at your resume as you were walking in, and I noticed that you are a volunteer for the organization Mother of Multiples. You know, my sister has multiples. She actually has triplets. I mean, she is one busy woman. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. So I give you credit. That's just must take a lot of your time.
It's a great organization. You know, it is a lot of work, particularly when they're babies. And I have triplets too. So we might have to talk offline about connecting you and me and your sister together. And I found it was a great organization because it really helped us get support from people who are living the same life. My kids are older now, so there's independent, but I continue to contribute to the organization because I really believe in their mission. And I've been able to contribute both as like a peer counselor, a parenting advocate, but also from a business perspective. As you know, I'm here talking to you about a marketing job. My background's in marketing, and they weren't doing good marketing. For example, one of the campaigns I put together for them was helping them advertise at pediatrician's office. You get that new mom walking in with twins, and the pediatricians aren't really in tune with those unique physical and emotional challenges of managing children at the same age, born more than one. So I put together a really nice marketing program for the organization to promote themselves with pediatricians, with obstetricians as well. So I love doing that kind of work. I also created their website. They didn't have a website, and I'm doing a blog for them. So it's been an opportunity for me to help advance a mission that I care about and that I really benefited from. It's an opportunity for me to give back to women who are dealing with the same challenges that I had. But it was also a great opportunity for me to continue to improve and enhance my skills, because when I left the marketplace, we were doing social media marketing, but it wasn't a big thing. And as you know, the platforms change regularly. So now we're doing TikToks. Who thought we'd be doing that for mothers and multiples? And as a result, we've been able to reach many, many more mothers. And financially, we've been able to apply for and win grants that we had not done before. So I've targeted, for example, the Hartford Foundation for Giving has community grants. We've gotten $5,000 in grants in 1 year from them. So it's really been an opportunity for me to use my business skills to develop them doing something I really love. The other thing I'll say about having triplets is it is a great motivator for wanting to make money, because I got to get those three kids through college. So I'm really glad I'm here. Yeah.
Oh, so great. Okay. And
I really sold you, didn't I, Kelley?
Yes, you absolutely sold me. But I want to really unpack what happened there. So Susan actually used a technique that we call acknowledge and pivot. She acknowledged what I was talking about with her and connected with me on a level, but then she pivoted and gave me some really good examples of how hireable she is, of how, skilled she is, of all of these different things. So something that could have been a very benign on the way in conversation starter between, the interviewer and the interviewee really was something that Susan used to her benefit to exploit and give a better understanding of who she really is,
And it could have been benign, but it also could have been a trap.
Yes.
Because that young manager, and no offense intended for him or her, who doesn't have kids, could be thinking, this person is never going to be here. They have 3 chances that the kid's going to be sick every day.
Yes.
They have, God knows what's going to happen.
Yep.
They're going to have snow days times 3. I mean, all of these things are entering into the interviewer's mind. And even just having that nice innocuous conversation that we had in the first example that was friendly,
right.
If it was the wrong recruiter or hiring manager, it could have really just nixed my candidacy instantly.
Yes.
Right. Instead of taking control. The other thing it does is it allows you to take control of the interview. I'm not going to let this go off on a wild goose chase about how busy I am having 3 kids. Right. I'm going to reel it back in and talk about what we're really here for. Because what it also does is it kind of shuts down the interviewer. Kelley is not going to go venturing into mommy land with me anymore. I've already taken control of the conversation and made it back focused back on business.
Yes. And given some really good examples. So programs that she's started, website that she's designed, a blog that she writes, and actually answers the social media question. So it's, this is something I'm doing. So it shows that she is someone who can grow and understand the marketing that's happening in the world right now. And I think that's really important. And
this is done with no preparation too. I mean, you watching this video will do a better job than I did, because this is like, okay, she's throwing this at me, I got to run with it. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's just good to have this shell of knowing, acknowledge, pivot. But I also love something that you did at the end. You brought it back and you said something so memorable about what better motivator than having kids to, have a college education to pay for. Like, I am motivated. I'm hungry. I am ready to work because I have this big motivator. What a great way to sort of close that conversation so that you can move on to the actual real interview.
Right.
And now this is not to say that an acknowledge and pivot opportunity won't come up in an actual interview. Like, so we were kind of playing this out as it was like you were walking in the door and this was right at the beginning, but this could come up
Anytime in the interview.
Anytime in the interview. So just knowing, ooh, this is an opportunity for me to acknowledge what was just said to me, but then pivot and make myself, more clear and marketable.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
All
So-
right. Well, if you like what you saw today,
Yeah.
this is just one example. I think we're going to do more of this now that we've tried this today, just because we had a sick day.
Yeah.
I think it's a great opportunity for us to kind of role play some more strategies for you who are interviewing or aspiring to interview after a career break. If you like what you saw today, please subscribe. We provide new content every Monday, even when one of us is sick and the other one's out of town. And you can also find more about us on our website, www.preparetolaunchu.com. We're on all social media platforms, and we look forward to connecting with you. Thanks.